your girl, Tori J. Jones, and we are back with Chic Conversations. It's been a while, but I'm so excited to come back with one of my favorite people, Ariana, and we're going to be talking about Foster Beauty Fashion Show. If you know anything about me, you know that I love Foster Beauty Fashion Show. So, without further ado, welcome Ariana.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I was talking to her before, like I usually do, and just kind of giving her the lowdown of, y'all, I've been out of the game for a little bit, and I just felt like the perfect person to get me to come back and just have a conversation would be you. So I'm so excited to agree to do this.
Absolutely.
She traveled all the way out here. I live in the boondocks, guys, and we are filming. I love to film in my home because it's just about having a conversation. So, all right. So I want to say, okay, so let's introduce, we've already introduced who you are, and let's introduce the show a tiny bit. Like, well, I gotta say, how do we meet? So that kind of segues into how do we meet? Do you remember?
I do. So
I think there was like several intros.
Yeah. So you had originally applied for our very first show in 2021 at the Mocha.
Yes.
And we had briefly connected, but we met you guys downtown at First Fridays.
Yes.
And I was like, I think I know you.
Yes, and that's right.
We connected first.
And
then you were a part of the show, and
and
then you connected us with AI at the time. So yeah, we've been rocking ever since.
Yes. I know. I was literally we were talking about earlier. We used to be a professor at the Art Institute, and I always wanted to get my students involved. And I think I was looking online for something, and I think I saw it. And I'm like, oh, this will be great for the students. I'll go. And I did, I tried to get the school on board then, but, they were kind of stuck in their ways. And I was new. They didn't, as new as a professor, they knew me as a student. So, so then when I did, it was First Fridays, which I don't think they do that anymore.
No, they're right around the street. They're trying to bring it back.
Okay, that would be good. It was nice.
It was.
It was really nice.
And I feel like it's a great thing for the city.
Yes.
But, they have all their
all the things, yes. But that was it was totally that First Fridays. So shout out to Norfolk, bring First Fridays back. It connects people. I mean, come on. I know lots of vendors from that too, from just all the other things that I do. Just going to those, just connecting with vendors. So yeah. All right. So let's see. Talk about Foster Beauty Fashion Show. First of all, what it is, the platform, and then I have my next question that I'm...
Okay, yeah, so the platform, well, there's a lot of things that we do. I feel like I'm adjusting and adapting this answer each time because it is...
Okay, what was the original?
So the original was for it to be an event that brought together all the creatives in the area. We were using it as a way to tie in our brand at the time and also the media production. So originally the fashion show was just kind of going to be this like marketing tool to bring people together. And then it fully became
took a life of
thing
its
and
own.
Took off. So now the event itself, it's of course a fashion show for local designers, local models. We really want to launch careers. We want it to be like a career building opportunity, a networking opportunity. But it brings together the areas like videographers, photographers, makeup artists. We have visual artists. We have performance. We always bring in like local musicians. But we really just want it to be like a big community event, like our area's New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week, but beyond that, we just want to create this ecosystem for the creatives here.
I will say, I don't even know if you guys realize this, and I think that I believe this is like accurate. This part is accurate. I never wanted to be in front of the camera ever. Like that is 100% accurate. I'm stylist, fashion show producer, all that behind the scenes is my wheelhouse and my comfort zone. And I believe it was your show. I think it was your show that pushed me in front of the camera.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I believe it is. I don't think I did anything else. I mean, but I think that was where I think you guys asked me, and I'm like, okay. And it was funny because everyone thought that was my natural.
Yeah, now that I think about it, because I remember we asked you to speak at the model call
and
be
I'm
like the correspondent.
Right, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, like this is so not my comfort zone. But for you guys, because I believed so much. I went to the first show, blown away. Talked about it so much that's how I got AI. They were like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I tried to get y'all in on the first go round. But I just, it was such a breath of fresh air and the newness and the freshness. I'm like, okay, for them, I'll do it, you know? And then it was so funny because of that, everyone started asking me to be, in front of the camera. And one of the, so you have a stylist that we work with, and she and I met, and she was one of the many that kept saying, you need to be in front of the camera. And I'm like, oh my gosh, after just hearing that over and over again, because of just doing all the things I did with you guys, then I was like, okay, I'm going to try to be out of my comfort zone and stretch. So you guys definitely, and I've said that before, you do launch people in ways and push people and create opportunities for people. So I've always loved that about the Foster Beauty platform.
That. And that, because I've heard that before, and maybe it's like a gift, I don't know, or just like, I don't know, to like see things in people, because there's so many times where I see someone and I ask them to do something because I'm just assuming they do
that.
And then when I hear, like, because someone was just recently talking to me about like, no, when I first came to the casting and I saw you and like I met you and like encouraged me to start doing this thing, and I was like, I could have sworn you were already doing that.
Yes.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I like, and I will never not be a stylist. I think that's always going to be me. I'm actually helping someone right now style their home. So that's always just a part of me. But it has pushed me in a way where I did that for so long that now I have to kind of do something else, you know. And that totally being a part of the, you know, me and Tay are my first, you know, that pushing me out of my comfort zone. So and then again from there it just seems like, and it was to the point where people would say, well, I need the commentary of the fashion show. Like, when are you gonna, you know, like asking me for this comment? And I'm like, okay, this is like kind of like how you said with the brand, it kind of evolved and turned into something that was not what you were even really planning. So that leads me to my next question. What makes we can go back, so I'll just go back. What makes Foster Beauty Fashion Show different than some of the other shows, or just different in general?
Well, I would say community is the biggest thing for us. Yeah. Like, it's not, we understand that it is a community effort. It's all about the people who are part of it, the people that we're spotlighting. So I guess for me, that's like the thing that we really hone in on.
Yeah.
What makes us different? I don't know. I'm not comparing us to anyone.
Right. Yeah.
But I just know that I set a very high standard, and maybe it's just going back to that thing of like, I see potential in everything. Yeah. And so it's like, if we're gonna build this platform, if we're gonna do an event, if we're gonna do it at a show, like if we're gonna do an event, what's within our means right now, what's the highest level that we can do this to, you know, like, and we want to do everything with excellence. And we just put a lot of attention and care, I think, into building this platform that, even like with our first show, you know, if it had just kind of been a dud, I don't know if we would have kept going. But I think once we heard the response from it, it was like, oh, this is something for us to like keep building and really invest in. So.
Absolutely. No, that makes sense. I know I had a mentor in like the media world, and she kept saying, you got to listen to your audience, and your audience spoke like highly, like, this is, I mean, I remember a lot of people saying the same thing that I was saying, like, wow, like, this is a fresher breath, like, it was so good. I mean, we've had things, and I just think it sparked like a creativity in the area, because there's, you know, this area is full of creativity, and I believe that's definitely what it did. It ignited. Yeah, for sure. Ignited the creativity. So with all of that said, you kind of were getting into it a little bit earlier. With originally it started out as this one thing. So how has the brand Foster Beauty Fashion Show and Ariana? How has that evolved? And you can vote. There are 2 questions, really.
Right. How have I evolved? I mean, there's just been so many learning lessons with this. I've evolved as a professional. I've evolved as a creative. Personally, I think within this last year, I've been doing a lot of like personal inner work and just showing up differently. I was like so insecure growing up, like had very bad social anxiety, crippling, really.
Wow.
So when I would even in those first few years, when I would go out and be in front of people and be in places, it really was like an act. Like I really had to get myself up to even like go out and talk in front of a crowd or things. But within this last year, I've been like, no, like this is who I am. I'm me. Like I own the space that I walk in, and I show up, and everything that I do is with positivity, good energy. So just like standing in that. I've had a lot of personal growth in that areas. I've also just enjoyed being able to explore different avenues too. So like I know growing up I always wanted to model. I just did an interview, I told somebody like everybody, because I'm tall, everyone's always like, you need a basketball or model, one of the two. And I loved America's Next Top Model, so I always wanted to model. But now I'm loving, like you were just saying, I love being behind the scenes. I'm like really into film right now. In event production, I love it too. So I'm really just enjoying being behind the scenes. So that's kind of evolved my interest in just like what I even believe that I can do.
Absolutely.
How has the brand evolved?
In so many ways. I mean, even just thinking like the first 2 shows were at Mocha, and then you like changed I think it's Rooftop.
Right, the Rooftop of Assembly.
Yeah.
That just reminds me too, I guess like our community partnerships has been a big thing. Because then we did the Chesapeake Signet Center, but then that next year, because we did like 3 shows that year.
Yes.
So, and the fashion film.
Right, and the fashion film was totally evolving from just a show, like on the runway.
So that year, because we did our very first show was 2021, and then 2022 we set out to do a show every season because it was kind of just like we have this thing that the community wants, so let's do it. Show them what we got. So we did a show every season. And then 2023, it was like, okay,
this is a lot.
So we didn't do a spring show that year because we were still kind of like trying to figure out what we would do. And also another thing too is like, there's no rules to this. So we definitely felt the pressure to do a spring show that year, but we were like, we don't have to. Like, there's no rules that we have to. So that's when we got involved with the Neon Festival. And pretty much took that year, like we were going to all the like committee meetings and just like getting integrated into their community. And then joined the Neon Festival Planning Committee and ended up doing our show at the Opera House that year. And then since that one, it's just been like opened up as far as the community. Like we've been doing stuff with the Chrysler Museum. We did that show in Portsmouth at the High Street Festival last year. So I call last year the year of the collabs. Because we actually didn't do an independent show last year. We did Neon Festival again, and that was a collab with Kello and Coffee Black, Social Supplies, Studio Shift. Shout out to all of them. And that was a big hit. So last year was the year of the collab. And now we have our show at the zoo. In 2 weeks.
All right. So let's talk about Foster Beauty Fashion Show Spring 2025.
Yes.
And this is independent.
This is our show.
Okay.
We're back.
You're back. It's so funny. I love it.
I'm very excited for this show. There's just so much that's going into it. And I'm trying to feel a little bit less of the pressure, because I definitely do feel the pressure of like everyone has a certain expectation from us. I know that we can meet the expectation. I'm not worried about that. We have amazing partners. The designers always do their thing. The models always do their thing. But I think for me, and we're not talking about the show right now, I'm just going off on a tangent. We're going to talk about the show in a second. Y'all want to be there.
100%.
But Like, personally for me, I'm just trying to stay in a headspace because I was just telling somebody the other day, like, literally every time we do a show, it goes by so fast. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I spent like 6-7 months of my life planning this thing. Mm-hmm. And then it's over and everyone's like, oh, what's next? And I'm
you're
just
like, I just did.
Can I have 2
7
seconds?
months. I know, and I always ask you that.
It's probably your last question.
Yeah.
but just like for my own like personal sanity, I'm like, okay, after this event, like, just like process everything.
Yeah.
Don't like rush to the next thing. Like, 'cause we put so much into this.
To enjoy
what it was and like honor what it was. You know, instead of being like, okay, that was that. Now we're on.
to the next. You know? Yeah, and that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's like you can't just be in that moment. Mm-hmm. You know. Yeah. So no, I totally. That is so funny, but it is. It's kind of like a wedding. Yeah. How you do all that work and then it's over. And then most times they always say, people always say, any advice I can tell you, eat. Please slow down to eat, because most of the time the bride and the groom never eat. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like the same thing. Like
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, you didn't even. Did you see the show? Yeah, kinda. You know, like you have to go back and watch the videos because it was just yeah. So okay, so why do they want to come to this show? And okay, let me go back. Before you answer that. What made you guys decide to come back independently for 2025 for the spring?
I think we knew that we wanted to.
Okay.
Since we didn't do an independent show last year, we had it in our mind that we would do our own show this year in the spring. Also, just for like the future of the platform, we want to get. I'll never say never. I'm sure we will do another independent show, but we do want to lean. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I know. That's why I haven't done a show in years. I used to produce them all the time. No, I have not. Yes. And I don't have the bug to do it still.
But we have so many people reaching out to us all the time to produce different events that I think we want to lean a little more into doing events for others, like us producing events for others. And I can see us doing a lot with like other designers and brands the same way, like, you know, you go up to New York Fashion Week for a show, it's just that designer show. Yeah, exactly. So doing more things like that to bring some of that culture.
I like that. So I have another stylist friend that's in the industry, and we've gone on 1 million shows in the area, and I mean, I'm just putting it out there. What our conversation was is that it does get a lot when there's like 7, 8, 9. It's like it's too much, and that's not really traditionally the industry anyway. We know that because she and I are in it, and you know. But and again, it's not like it has to. There's the rules. You got to follow the rules, and you want to be creative and think out of the box. But I think that would probably be another breath of fresh air to kind of hone in on one or two, because you also kind of want more. Not like, oh my God, that was so long, you know. So, but no, it's a good way to be thinking, for sure. Because as a person that, I mean, I would say like, I love to go to shows, but it kind of got like, okay, you know.
Because it's more than just, like, it's a whole event, you know? Like, if we were just doing, like, you're coming for a fashion show, you see the fashion show and you go. Yeah, but we're
it's like,
we have a whole pre-show, we have performances, we have the after, which is great, too, but it's just, it's two
a lot.
Different things.
Yeah, it's two, exactly. It's two different things, for sure. Okay, so why should everybody come to this show?
Yes, so we're kicking off the spring with this show. We're promoting sustainability. Okay. So all of the designers are making pieces from either like upcycled, reworked, or if they are using other materials, they're making custom one-of-ones. So we're limiting waste. Nice. We're promoting slow fashion over fast fashion. Yes. And we're outside at the zoo. Yes. So it's going to be a beautiful spring day, perfect weather. Yes. I'm speaking it. Yes. And we have a lot of great partners. Okay. So the Governor's School for the Arts. Nice. Yes. Their jazz band trio is going to play our pre-show. Okay, awesome. And their students are going to show some pieces from their wearable art showcase that they just did. We have some great vendors and partners with Tidewater Compost, Crunchy Hydration, Chrysler Museum, a few others that are going to be out there. drinks, cocktails. Our media sponsor, Sky4 TV, will be out there.
Nice.
The show itself is going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to have an opera performance. From Denise Battle.
Nice.
Opera for us.
Yes.
What else? Then we got our pre-show. We got some fun things planned for that. So
I love it.
For this show, with having like the jazz band and the opera and having some like visual live art and the performances and dancers, I really just wanted to show like the intersection of all of culture. Especially because I am now involved in a few different organizations. I serve on a few boards. I'm in a lot of different spaces and I see a lot of different people and a lot of different faces, and we all have a love for this area, but there's certain people in certain rooms that wouldn't necessarily connect.
That's true.
So I feel like this show is just gonna be like a really big melting pot of all the local culture. So I'm excited about that.
The Foster Beauty Fashion Show, the bridge.
Yes,
it's the bridge
the
for
bridge.
sure.
I like that.
I like yes. It always is though. I really do, because I have interviewed, like pre-show at some of the shows. So many times people are like, "This is my first fashion show. Just come into y'all's show." So again, I think you're gonna do exactly what you are set out to do, is bring people that would probably not even be in the same room together in the same room, and then they'll get this experience that they've never had before. So all right, I'm excited. So we're gonna get to where you can get tickets. You can still get tickets. I better see y'all there. I'm gonna be there. The Fosters are the rare people that get me out of the house to go to shows. So what is chic to you?
What is chic to me?
And it could be anything. Doesn't have to be, clothing or whatever. Just whatever's chic to you.
The first thing that came to mind, I'm like, I don't think that's
No, it might. See?
The first word that came to mind was polished.
Oh.
But
I like
not
it.
in like a snobby way.
Right, yeah.
And just like put together, confident, self-assured.
I believe, like you said earlier, you like to do things in excellence. And so that polished, that's probably why that was the first thing. I love that. I'm a lot like that too. And I I say that a lot. I know that was why I was impressed with the platform, because I am about excellence, and I've seen a lot of not polished. And I'm like, I'm not ever gonna bad talk. That's not my style, but I just probably won't be, participating.
Right.
So I can totally get why you would say polished. Yeah. Okay, so this hopefully won't stump you, but so it is a tongue twister. It's the chic cheat sheet, meaning something quick and easy. Like if somebody just needs something, like for instance, one of the guests said, something on her chic cheat sheet was always having a belt. Like just throw a belt on. But hers was in reference to fashion, but it could be anything.
My chic cheat sheet. The first thing that came to mind, and not to give a plug because I'm trying to get them to work with me, but and this is sustainability. Do you know Rent the Runway?
Yes.
I love Rent the Runway.
Yes.
I love the concept of it.
Two girls in college.
I wanted to do something similar.
Me too. I know. I just never did it.
Yeah. Not too late. But it's like I just love the concept of like, I need something quick.
Right.
I need options.
Yes.
Some designer, like high quality fashion. Yeah. That I can just rent and on a short notice. They'll ship it right to me. Yeah. I wear it for what I need to, and I ship it right back.
Yeah, it's genius.
Yeah.
It was. I have some ideas. I won't say them on camera, but some things that I had marinated on for a very long time, and I should probably just do them. But that's a great tip. 100%. Because you have, and it's a sustainability.
It is, yeah.
It's why I loved them from the beginning, because I'm an OG in this game, and I have been all about sustainability since I was literally 4 years old. Went to my very first flea market probably at 2. Like just that whole concept of reusing and repurposing. I mean, I love anyway. So that is perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so The question is, I'm laughing because it says what's next. But what's next is the show.
Yes.
So promote the show. Come out May 3rd.
May 3rd.
At Norfolk.
Virginia Zoo in Norfolk.
Yes, yes. Where can you find tickets and buy tickets?
Yes. FosterBeautyFashionShow.com. Check out our Instagram. We did a campaign shoot at the zoo, so you can see those images. We're probably going to repost them because I kind of got lost in the sauce a bit. But we have a lot of great partnerships that we're honored to have, so we've been pumping out some cool content. And soon we'll be posting all the behind the scenes from our recent model castings. The behind the scenes from the shoot that we did at the zoo. They actually gave us access inside the animal enclosures to do that shoot. And they've never done that for anybody before. So
were you scared?
The animals were not in there.
Okay.
That would have been a lie.
Yeah, right? I'm like,
they locked the animals
They locked away. But that's so cool.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was cool. But FosterBeautyFashionShow.com.
Yes. Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Where can they find you? But FosterBeautyFashionShow.com, the IG, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You need to be there. So, and making sure, yes, we got everything. So, you guys, you still have time to get tickets. I will put a link in the description. You can check out my Instagram, the Tori J. Jones. But yes, thank you so much for coming, getting me out of my comfort zone like always, and stretching me, and I appreciate you so much. And please come out and check out Foster Beauty Fashion Show Spring 2025. Besitos.